Yeah, okay. So this Ecocowala meeting of 10 February. Uh, we don't have a detailed agenda, but the topic is about transformative education. Um, so maybe later Lisa is going to join us, but we can start with Petra. Do you need to share the document you sent me?
Yes, it's Pedro's document.
Okay.
Yes, I
Pedro,
don't
would you
know.
like to?
Yes, I don't know if everyone are with computer. Maybe better than share the document in Zoom could be share the document by with the file, sending the file. That could be better to see the document and go up and down in the document. It's better than the sharing with the Zoom. I don't know what you think about this.
Um, uploading the document in the chat.
Yes, and then could be okay. Just a minute. Because, hmm, sorry.
Yeah, the document is available in the chat.
Yes.
You
Okay.
want it also on the screen or it is enough on?
If everyone have computer, maybe it could be enough. I don't know. If there are someone of you that have no computer to see the document, and it's better to share in um, the Zoom. Everyone have computer to see the document? Okay, okay. So I think it's better.
No, okay.
I mean,
So Petra, I don't know if you want to say something or if I start to make some comments about this document.
Um, no, just the aim for today is to to present in short this background of the concept and this framework of the concept. Um, some theoretical considerations and then to try to find within the group the existing participants maybe a more concrete
No.
basis so that we in the next step can share it with the rest of the group and so that everyone has a common understanding of what we are talking about when using the term transformative education and when using when referring to this um, in the work on the handbook. I think something else.
Okay. So I think I will explain what is in this document. It's just separated different things. The first one is about the context, uh, because I think it's important to understand a little of what is in the back of this concept of transformative education. And I think what is the basic context is that there are a lots of environmental problems, a lot of complex and intricate problems and contexts where we need to deal with it. And there are challenges that is necessary to have a very a huge capacity of dealing with this complexity. For this is not only a question of understand what is the problems, but also to have the possibility to prepare or to give tools to everyone to deal with these problems. And I think that this exactly this complex context that um, demand a new way of uh, working with the education system, if we want. And I think that the transformative education started with a different target that is not exactly our main target, that is the adult education. But the question is common for all types or kinds of education. That is, it's important not only to transmit ideas, to share ideas that are related with our mind, our cognitive part, but also capability of the possibility of have some kind of education that can result in action, in something that people can understand the problems and have the right ideas to act, to transform ideas and knowledge in behavior. So for this, it's quite complex, and this is necessary to have different approaches of education. It's necessary to have different ways of thinking and ways of dealing with questions, environmental questions. And I think this is the basic of the context that we need to do. For each of these 3 points that we have in this document, there are some questions that there are questions to reflect about. That is important to reflect about the concept and also to reflect about the application, the use, the adaptation of this concept to the specific context of this Ecocowala project. And there are a first question about this context, that is what we need to transform. And this is the first question that we need to reflect about. And there are two different lines about this. The first one is the learning process and also the learning outcomes. What we would like to read to achieve in the end of the activities that we have, that we should plan about or inside of this project. And the second aspect is the ability of students to understand the complex processes and also to act in a positively way relating with this complex process. So it's not just to understand, to know the what is the solutions that we must have for our problems, but also to make some kind of emotional impact that result in something that happens in reality for this action. So this is a first question that we should try to answer about what we need to transform inside of this Ecocowala project and related with this basic context. I don't know if we can have some discussion in each of these points, or we go further until the end of the document and have a final discussion in the end. I don't know if what you would like to do.
Personally, I think it's better to interact in each
More.
part and
Okay.
give us a bunch of time to exchange and to share some idea to make it more dynamic. That's
Okay.
my point of view.
Welcome and good afternoon, Adamo.
Ciao, Adamo.
Hi everyone.
Ciao, Adamo.
So do the other people agree with that interaction point by point? Yeah.
I do agree. I think it keeps us awake. Not to lose my most important points where they are needed.
What
I
can we...
just have the one word positively, also to act positively. I think this is right, but I think it's also it is not enough describing, because for me it is also to make errors important in the transformative education. And I think with the word positively, this is not really enough described. So perhaps it is just, I was just thinking the whole time about when I think about problems, then it also comes to my mind that people are reacting differently to when they are facing problems, and not everybody is able to be always positive. So it is also producing aggression, or I don't know, many feelings, but not, the resolution should be positively. But perhaps we can also put this into the aims, that it is allowed or it is good to make errors, because it is part of our behavior or a part of our learning.
I think the question is that we should explain better what is this idea or this line of the result of the transformative education concerning global problems. Is that more? What can we tell more specific than act positively?
I got a suggestion that is a bit link between what you said, Karin, and something that caught me, Pedro, of what you said. It's the emotional impact, and I think there's a subtlety about that emotional impact, because we behind emotional impact, we can also think about shocking people in a way that is clearly, and I think we agree with that, something that we don't want. And to go on the positive side, act positively, yes, but it's more on the how, and I think seeding that feeling of, seeding that feeling of creating positive action to resolve the situation by an emotional process, but with some really inner caring, as people who are here to care of the people, to care of the feeling that appears in that kind of question, because we know it's a really sensible subject that can easily go for the fear about what is happening. So us as taking care to see the positive emotion that when it will sprout will be action. It's a bit abstract, but I don't know if you got it.
Okay. We have this idea that we need to, I think, refine or to explain deeper what is the act, because I think that, Karin, the problem is that positively it's not enough to propose a relevant change. I think is that. And the question of emotional impact, I think it's not emotional impact. It's not an end, not the aim, but I think it's something that is important to achieve something more deeper in the question of we want people prepared to make changes. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a step in the process. That's a step that has to be facilitated by the people that are taking care of the group.
Okay.
But there are others too.
Other ideas that can help us to clarify, or this is a question, what we
I
need to
have an
transform.
idea, maybe like point 3. That question is like also to the ability of the students to understand complex process and also to act possibility with it. We can add also the introduce the people in a change, also in a process of changing their acts for is in a better way to their environment. And also I think something like the open the vision of the reality of open in italiano si dice ampliare un po' la visione. Yes, maybe the transformative education serves to not only to understand but also to know the world is more than your local community, and you can add for the local but also add in to a better way to transform the world. We can say that more in a utopian way. I don't know how to explain.
Something that what we are doing here is important for everyone and everywhere.
We are interconnected, and that is also for Ecocowala is an interconnection exchange.
This reflection, Irene, makes sense. I think in the context of European program, because there's kind of a key sentence for this kind of program that is think local, act local, think global, on a way. That every piece of action, of local action, global impact, on a way. I don't know if it's reducing your idea, but
okay. Christian, I think that it's good if we have the document to see all the documents for each other, but could be interesting to have to share the document to make some inputs, to put some inputs of us. What do you think? Because
This would be a good idea.
if we are putting the inputs in our maybe we can have a
Yeah, maybe we can use a dashboard.
Okay.
Let me check.
The words and inputs we have collected so far, I can add to the document later so that we do not have to repeat now everything and can go further. But from now.
Yes, if you want something interactive, but can everybody can see the dashboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if it is what you mean, Pedro, but we can.
Okay. I have the question.
Okay,
Here.
are you already copying and paste? Okay.
Yes, I have the question here, and I don't know how to. So it's okay. So the Irina commented the idea that what we do locally has a global impact. Can be.
If I can say something, I really enjoyed the Matt and Irina speech. I mean, like we do in our activities. I mean, especially in Italians one, transformative education can be considered also from the perspective of changing the perspective of viewing a problem. I mean, we use sometimes nature. No, we use as association nature to make it more clear, because sometimes when you have to solve problems that involve nature, you need to change the perspective and be from the nature perspective, okay, not from the human one. Because if you keep the human perspective, obviously you are the one who created the problem. Not always you can find the right solution to solve that. So thinking about transformative education also in this way can be maybe interesting and can create new horizons, evolution of the theory, of the methods of teaching to the students and educating them. I mean, I don't know if I've been clear enough, but it's just an idea that I had in the last minutes. I always think about learning about nature, like changing our culture. Okay, our culture is human centered, while especially for the future and for the sake of our planet, we need to change our culture and our perspective in order to solve some of the problems we are having. So I don't know if it can be an interesting topic to develop. I don't know, maybe in a paragraph, maybe as an idea, but also like a declination of what we are doing with our educational process. Because when we talk to the students, we about, for example, macroinvertebrates, we need them to change their perspective, because uh, their usual perspective is that they are like small insects, useless, and they are not like important in somehow. They not understand it. Okay, so to what we are saying, they need to change themselves, their mind a bit. Okay, I don't know if you find it interesting, or you think it's like a not that that clear, or that linear. It's like not.
Okay.
I don't know.
I could hear from you the first idea, that is changing the way we can see the problem. Then you also speak about the process of learning, that is in the first point. And okay, we need to have some inputs about the action. That is, we need to clarify better what is act positively. Matthew, yes.
Okay, I will try also to answer your question. I don't know, it was with the point number 2, because with our discussion, I had this impression that there's kind of layering, that start with understand complex processes. That is a bit linked with what Adamo was saying. So we are more on the part of, okay, give knowledge, but permit a better analyze of some situation, of some actors, biological actors, or whatever about biodiversity. Chain. But the first was the understanding. The second was more linked to what Irina was saying. That is a bit change the mind of the people after this input. And next step was the last layer was at the top, going, and I try now to answer your question, Pedro, is about acting positively. Okay, and this can be based on active citizenship, and how can you involve? What are the ways? What are the ways you can do something on the way? Because I want to do something, but I don't know what, I don't know how, And here, okay, we also have the opportunity us to open the doors, and to show different footpaths for action. What can you do? What are the ways? That's all to me.
You're muted, Pedro. Pedro, you need to open the mic. We can see you. Hear you. Sorry.
Sorry, I closed my Michael. Yes, before give the word to Petra, maybe if you can put your ideas, all of you, in this whiteboard, could be interesting to have some ideas, some phrases about what you would like to resume from some of the ideas, if it is possible to put here. we can put other points, or
Yeah.
it's not possible to change the text, but it's possible to add, for example, point 2 and another option, and then we can resume everything in the document. Maybe it's the better way to do this. Better, yes. Petra?
Petra, you didn't want to tell.
Okay. I want to refer to John Dewey. He wrote about the experiential learning that is connected directly to transformative learning in aims and outcomes. And he used the word of moving force. So instead of positively acting, we can also use moving force. Moving force can be caused on the basis of irritation, on the basis of every emotional impact can be a moving force. I like the wording. What do you think?
And any other idea that we can add to this question, what we need to transform? Okay. I think we have different suggestions. So Karen, please. I think we can, after we have all the contributions, we can read each of these contributions and see that if everyone is agreeing with that, if there are some questions about that, and then we can integrate it in the document if you agree. Okay. There are any other comments or something to add to this question, this first point about the context and what we need to do, and what in more specifically what we need to transform with transformative education. Okay, maybe we can start looking that from Peter. There is a proposal to change act positively to moving force. You agree? Or if there are someone that are not agree that would like to comment, maybe we can follow this discussion. Okay. Irina's suggestion is to open the vision to understand the environment and to act to change. And we care what we know, experiential learning to care what we know, our cities, our village, parks, and so on. And also the idea that what we are doing locally have a global impact, the interconnections between everything that is interconnected. Okay, Karin, to transform education from frontal lecture to dialogue. I'm trying to read. If there are some comments, you can say. You can stop me and you can say. And then another contribution. I don't know if there is. Okay, is math contribution 4.2 a scaled progression from the layers from transmit knowledges, understand complex processes, to transform the minds and points of view, and show the ways of acting as active citizens involving local action to have a global impact that are a mix of the first idea of Irina. Okay, this kind of layers, and I think that it's important to have this basic knowledge to the action for a global impact. Okay. Adam's suggestion is transform or change the perspective of seeing the problems in order to better understanding the process which created the problem, to be able to adapt to different types of problems, nature as a tool to train in this way. For example, thinking out from an anthropocentric perspective to create a cultural evolution according to the new issues we are facing. Okay. In reality, the transformation, it's always a change, and it's something that we are doing that we are thinking that is not the best contact situation result, and we would like to change. Okay, and then a last contribution, contextualize it, knowledge embedded in the timeline, past, present, future, the social and physical surroundings, direct impact on worldview, moral system. There are different perspectives here, lots of them, but the question of the time, we have problems from the past. We need to act for the present, and we need to have a perspective of the future. Social and physical surroundings. I think we can put some, maybe this contribution can be divided in different aspects that we can put into the way we should answer this question, what we need to transform, if you agree. Okay. I think, Christian, we can download this whiteboard. It is possible, yeah. We can transform this in a file. I don't know how we can do that.
Or pages template.
Or who can do that? I don't know. Maybe.
Let me try that.
You need the payment. I don't know the version that you pay of Zoom if you want to.
If it's difficult, we can make a print screen of all of these.
You will have to.
Vai su lavagna, salva pagina come modello, mi dà che you need to have the access to the function, so you need to pay.
I don't know how can we.
Yeah, we can do a screenshot, and then I also can write down on a Word.
It is important to move the whiteboard to the right to make a print screen.
Yeah,
Christian, can you do it? If
no,
else, I can.
sorry, I was speaking, but I haven't realized that I was mute.
Okay.
So I can do something as my account is the organizer, and also because this is the account that is providing the Zoom profile. So I can download as a PDF
Okay.
if you prefer, or image of it. Yes, it is like a screenshot, but if
On
you
the three points on left, seems that you enter the menu and you got an exit to Google Drive.
yeah, but I will try.
I don't know what's behind, but
What's it?
But it's closed with the possibility to put in Google Drive.
but yeah, but Christian have the host access. Supposedly the wall option are open for him.
Oh,
Because we agree that a Zoom account was open for the Ecocowala. It was. It is in the project itself, the Zoom account.
the Zoom account is the Zoom account of Gian. Gian is providing
Okay.
is offering his own Zoom account to do the activity.
Okay. I'm asking that because I was thinking about the session we will have, for example, tomorrow for chapter 3, but it was nice to have also the function open. But for example, us, we don't have an account.
When is yeah, it is not such a big problem because I can took part in the beginning of the meeting and giving the right of organizer to someone else, and
Or
someone else.
another opportunity will be that Lisa will take part tomorrow, right? She can use the Nature Friends account.
Okay,
Okay, it's solved. Thank you.
even more easier.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, with the PDF we can take
So
all
in the meanwhile, I have uploaded the dashboard as a PDF in the chat.
Yes, and it's working very well. We
Okay.
can take the information and it's easy to put this in the document. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
When we say moving force, Petra, uh, in what part do you want to change that process and also to create a moving force to act possibly, or
Yeah, to in the
like
quest the ability of students to understand complex processes and also to act as a moving force.
exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we can go to the point 2 that is related with, if you can see the document, it's related with the definition of transformative education. We can define a concept with a phrase, or when there are different aspects that are related with the definition, in my opinion, at least, I think it's very interesting not to have a simple phrase, but to have some kind of framework of ideas that don't give us a simple idea, but the context of the definition and the scope of the definition that could be more interesting to understand when can we use this definition for different aspects, and what is the base, what is the structure of the definition more than the what we can see in a easy way. So this definition have different aspects related with the student, the motivation, what we would like to see in the world also, what are the expectations, and what is the relation with other ideas like the sustainable development goals, for example. That is important to have here a connection of what we are intend to do with something that is quite common in the different areas of work about sustainability and about the environment. I don't know what you think about this, if and the question for this point is if it's more important. Oh, just something in that is this kind of definition or framework for the definition is from a document called 5 Questions about Transformative Education from UNESCO. That I found that could be interesting for us to have a document with that is a good reference for in one way, and it's not a simple definition of transformative education. I don't know if you would like to read and to have some comments about these ideas of transformative education. And the question for this is if we can resume these or summarize these ideas in one sentence, if this is important for us or not. I don't know. What is your ideas about this definition? This is the first question.
If we try to resume this in one sentence, I see the danger that it's becoming so abstract that users will not be able to absorb what is meant.
I'm giving some time to read all of these aspects for everyone.
I like the first sentence. I think it's very easy to understand. Transformative education involves teaching and learning geared to motivate, empower happy and healthy learners. to take informed decision and action at individual community. And also, I think education can only be transformative, or can be not only in that way, but also in one of these ways. Transformative when students feel valued, acknowledged, safe, and are included in the learning community. I think that two parts are very resume about the concept of transformative education. What do you think?
Yes, but the question is if there are other aspects that are important that we can take other items and for example we can take some of them and leave others, the more important ones, and simplify these
Because
all these points.
question, Pedro, all the points you put on this paragraph 2 of the document are extracted from the UNESCO definition.
Yes.
We agree. So you screen. It's the first screening of the UNESCO definition that I saw on the website that is more extended. So you would know if we can reduce once again.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. If it's something positive for us to have less, or we can say, okay, this is our guideline for the concept of transformative education, or we can put something more, or we can take some of them.
I made a summary of this UNESCO guideline, and I think it was also this statement of this UN summit we were talking in the meeting in Portugal. It is in the Christian Mayer sent you a document and you open the, or shall no, let's so I read my summary and you follow the Pedro's points. Maybe it's a bit more clear. So the world and the human being only exist in constant relation to each other, and so the educational process moves between reflection and action, enabling learners to change the status quo. Accordingly, experimental learning through involvement, reflection, and dialogue are characteristic elements of transformative learning processes, as well as the development of qualities such as understanding, empathy, authenticity, patience, and humility are essential. Also, Metzirov and Freire, these are both educational theorists, use this very clearly. Then transformative knowledge incorporates values, motivations, and previous experiences and leads to concrete possibilities for transformation. This is contextualized knowledge, as I wrote on the whiteboard, to demand and to promote the ability to use one's own actions, context related and in a creative way, to sustainably change our previous behavior behavioral structures and our approaches to reality. Transformative learning leads to empowerment, raising critical consciousness and understanding of an independent and interconnected world by establishing a learning context that intends to disrupt mainstream common thinking and create space and reinforce for new possibilities to emerge. To demand and to promote the ability to reflect, find new orientations, problem solving, critical thinking, empathy. Sorry. The relationship between youth workers and young person group of young persons is characterized by voluntary participation and based on dialogue and engagement. Sorry.
Nice wording. I don't know if it's resuming. Personally, I would need to see it and put it in parallel with the UNESCO extract, what we have,
And
to make a parallel check of, okay, we have that, we have that. It doesn't seem to me resume. It's kind of, it's near to be an exhaustive definition to me.
Yeah, it's
what you bring. Yeah, really nice one. By the
it's
way.
a more so it's a more concrete using more concrete terms
Mhm.
to concretize this programmatic language that is used in the UNESCO paper, maybe.
Mhm. I agree.
This is just my interpretation.
okay,
For
and
me,
yes,
it can be an input on parallel. I don't know, on the UNESCO, because at the end we are a bit preparing now the chapter 4 now. We are creating a great base.
I copied now the text in the. But this is not. Is this?
But how is it, Pedro? Is it complexing now your proposition, your initial one, about how can we reduce? You would be happy that we fit on the UNESCO definition, or what? How it is, Pedro?
yes. I think that this question, how can we resume all of these items in one sentence? It's very difficult, and because in reality, transformative education have lots of aspects, different aspects that is important to highlight when we are trying to work in this line, and maybe more than simplify the definitions. It's important to have some kind of checklist of what is real relevant in the transformative education for the practical way to understand if something is transformative education or not, and what is necessary to add, to increment, to make something relevant for transformative education. I don't know what is your opinion. How can we simplify and at the same time put everything that could be important for the definition. Maybe it is important to have some kind of work between these two ideas, these 2 points. Neither one or other is simple, and there are a few points, and the structure is more or less the same. It's points that we can then after check if it's um, important or not for some specific situation. I don't know what can be our methodology to join and to understand what is the best points to have. Any proposal?
Personally, I think it belongs to the chapter 4 group. Sincerely, I think here and now, it's not a thing that we solve together. From my mind, okay, we now are collecting kind of brain material from all of us to create, okay, a kind of guideline of what transformative education is, and the second phase belongs to the group itself, for it will be included in the document. Just to close my contribution about that, I liked a lot the definition Petra is bringing, and to give you an answer about the UNESCO definition, to me that's the four first points that are the most important. The three others are not so important to me. That's it from my part.
Okay, so this can be some kind of a starting point for the definition or for the work of this definition in the group of chapter 4. Okay, and we have these two starting points.
Sorry. I like the wording checklist and guideline, checklist from you, Pedro, guideline from Mathieu. And I also think that this is part of this is task of the chapter 4 group. And that we do not need here to find this definition, but the basis we have here with these points is a very good starting point for the further work progress. And if we agree that we find this framework is helpful and these points listed as crucial also for our own approach, we can stop here with point 2 and leave it to the further process of the working group for chapter 4.
Okay, for everyone, I think so.
I agree.
Okay. Then there are another point that is duplicated, was starting with something, but if you see in the document, don't take in account the second phrase, more than question, but the second, the integration of different authors, theoretical concepts or frameworks that could be interesting to mix with the definition of transformative education. And there are some concepts that are important. One of them is the regenerative education. And the word regenerative, it's very common in our days in different aspects. The meaning is related with something that is not in the right way, something that is we need to make something better, and then we can use some kind of strategies. I think all of this movement of regenerative start with agriculture, and when we have degraded soils, we have bad practices in the past, and we need to recuperate the life in the soils. We need to recuperate the capability of the soils to produce more, and it's necessary some kind of regeneration. And then these concepts have been applied for different aspects, regenerative tourism, for example, and then regenerative education, the education to regenerate our in concrete way our nature. Then the education for sustainable development, the sustainable development goals, education for change. All of these elements are, we can integrate these with transformative education. And many times there are different names, different titles of concepts that are almost the same. And it is important to have some kind of list of concepts that are very integrated, even if they are not exactly the same, but they are very integrated with transformative education, because we could be with more attention and understand what are the common part of other concepts with transformative education. So it's some kind of I cannot find attention, some kind of something that we must be with attention for this overlap of different concepts that we can get from some of them. And there are, for example, two authors that are connected with these concepts of transformative education, and Jack Mezirow, that is the father of adult learning, and that developed the transformative learning theory, and it was oriented for adult learning, but some of the ideas would be used in the global education. And the other one is Paulo Freire, that we talk about in the meeting in Italy, and it's related with the question of the need that people that are in the educational system that can have some kind of active and have an active way of do something related with what it's learning in education. It's not a learning to understand, but it's a learning to act and to overcome different problems. In the beginning, Paulo Freire worked with social problems that was necessary to empower people to do something. But the same idea could be used to empower people to protect more the environment that we have everywhere. So this is some kind of interconnection of different authors, different concepts, different frameworks that we are using with transformative education. I don't know what you want to comment about this, what you want to say, to change about this idea.
So from my point of view, both authors are very basic for us, because as you said, there are a lot of interconnections, even if they come from completely different backgrounds. But what's common is this idea of entering into dialogue, of reflection and action. So the connects between reflection and action, that both is crucial for transforming processes, the experiment, the practical doing, the gaining of empathy, of authenticity, of wider understanding, and getting into connections with the environment and the social system. And about these different wordings for the educational program, we should find one that we use in a way that makes our concept more consistent. So I don't know what you think about environmental education instead of education for the sustainable development.
There was some kind of movement that changed the idea of environmental education to education for sustainable development. I think more than 10 years ago. We can have the both concepts, for example, if we want. It's other possibility. Ideas about this.
Irina, what term do you use in your thesis?
No, my thesis is another theme. I changed the theme, but I think the idea for transformative education can be a tool also for go to education for a sustainable development. Use it like a tool. For example, I think in the practical way, Ecocowala, why is using transformative education? It's more like more than a concept. It's like a tool to involve the people, right? In what way you the different association use it? What do you think?
Sometimes it's difficult to understand if it's a concept or a tool for something, because I think almost of these concepts are very interconnected. So it depends of the perspective that we are looking for it. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's important to understand what each concept can give us, and for us to create some kind of mix of different concepts, and maybe we should not be worried about what concept is a tool for others, because maybe there are different perspectives. If we want, we can say that transformative education is a tool for education for sustainable development, but maybe the opposite could be true also. I don't know. It depends of what we can make more general. If it's one thing or other thing, I don't know. I always have problems in the limits of the concept. I think it's and maybe could be not the most important thing. This kind of limits. I don't know. It's my idea. I don't know what you want to say about this.
I don't know if we will have to create that line between concepts, tools. And I think we will have a moment, because we will go to methods, and I think we will have to create and to clarify that intellectual sequencing that is from the more philosophic to the more operational ways. But on your document, Pedro, okay, I agree also with you that are concepts that are creating a world structure. It's kind of a castle, that is all these concepts are together, and their singularity. And what I like is that presenting that concept also give more credibility and more force to our main concept, that is transformative education. I agree with you. It cannot be important to define there what is the concept, what is the tool. And just to close my ideas about that, I like the way also it's opening on other specific fields of philosophy of education, and also with some concrete reference of some authors. So for the people who want to go deeper, okay, they also have the interest of more digging intellectual material.
So I don't know if we can go, if you can develop something in this point, develop something more in this point or not. What do you think? Can we close this second point?
Yeah, we can close and also continue in the working group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is something that working group can have to start working with this. Okay. The first point, it's about the aims of
Just sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Pedro. Just a suggestion for the working group. I don't know if it's there, but could be important in this chapter to clarify that distinction between concept and tools.
That's a very important point. I had it on my list. Thank you for mentioning. That's for this.
It's not the easiest, but I think it's necessary. Thank you.
this is the distinction between tool and concept, but sometimes a concept it's also a tool. So I don't know. maybe it happens. I don't know. Okay, we can go to the third point. It's aims, and it's what is the objective of the transformative the transformative education. It's to transform the world of education and nurture the next generation to become problem solvers and creative thinkers, empowered with the necessary skills to make this world a better place. I think it's some kind of global and very beautiful objective for a transformative education that is separated in the 3 points, because the world of education is something that is very integrative of everything, the not only the participants, but also the teachers, the trainers, the people that are developing the education. There are something very important that is the need to have people that is problem solvers and creative thinkers. That is more or less what the traditional educational system are not focused in this. I think for a long time, education are very oriented for developing tasks and not to think about this. And I think this is something very different, that is a huge change of the aim that we would like to have. And the necessary skills to make the world a better place, that is very important. So I don't know if you would like to change something here, or it is okay to have this kind of general idea of what transformative education should achieve in its process. I don't know. I have no question about this, because it's just to see if it's okay, if it's necessary to have this, just an idea to make clear in our mind what we should achieve. Okay?
Yeah, I really like it.
Okay. Then the point 4, practical steps, and here there are something that could be interesting for our perspective of transformative education. That is some kind of idea that transformative education is to providing practical methods for sustainable, integrative, and active learning, and investigate the why behind these proven and effective methods. And there are also 2 other things that could be interesting to understand, is the 5 C's for 21st century education. That is culture, critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, and communication. And also some dimensions of transformative learning, that is the cognitive and rational, the imaginative and intuitive, spiritual, related to individuation, relational, relating to social change, and biological. And these items, I'm sorry, but I get it from something that I could not identify when I was making this document. But later I can give you the reference of these dimensions that someone pointed. So this is some kind of more practical aspect that we can have, and the idea and the questions for this point that is more practical are two questions. One is how we can foster all these dimensions, and the second question is in what level of deepness. And I think this is important because we can make some kind of very soft transformative education or a very deep transformative education. So I think this is important to reflect about what can and what should we do in this Ecocowala project. And of course, how can we work with all these dimensions and aspects for the work we should do in this project. So this is some kind of ideas to reflect about this.
I want to suggest the add also of the body embodiment or corporeal way in the dimensions also of the transformative learning, because also we forget the body and we can center of the cognition and rational, and also it's important don't forget the body, the corporeità nella trasformazione educativa. I don't know if I explain myself.
Sorry, Irina, I could not understood well the first element. The element that you told, it's the environment, and the second one, sorry, I did not understand. Embodied. Okay.
Embodiment.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's a very
Let me-
important point, Irina.
But I'm sorry, but I don't catch what you mean on that way of embodied or cooperated. Is that the process happen in group? No, I don't. Sorry. Or
When
can
you-
someone reformulate that better?
When you learn something by practicing, by practical experience, it's not only important to be conscious about what you're doing, to learn on the mental level, but also to also knows automatically at some point what to do. So things become
Okay, that way.
Yeah, incorporated, embodied.
Incorporate.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I would talk about integration, but it's possible that in English it's a
Yeah,
non-friendly word.
it's just about to connect body and mind when it comes to learning, and so you're more into what
Okay.
you're doing when you learn on both levels, and also not only integrate in your mind, but incorporate in your body.
Okay, thank you. And I totally agree. And it sounds to me also that a notion, I don't know if it was necessary to put a nuance on spiritual. and I would add there spiritual and holistic to get that global dimension.
For me, one of the most beautiful examples of incorporated knowledge is observing Paulo Domingues when he is doing something in the forest. This is one of the most perfect way of incorporated or embodied learning and knowledge.
Okay.
Or in the context of the Aikido training, I always hear my teachers saying, "I shall stop thinking." It's sometimes the mind is not helpful when it comes to learning. When you have to practice and to learn some movements and effective, more or less effective techniques, it must be embodied because it must be done automatically at some point and without thinking, just doing, going into the forest and knowing what to do without thinking. This intuition comes also from the body, not only from the mind. Or to react in a proper way.
Yeah,
And some threat, some challenge.
I was that weekend on a kind of movement workshop, and it was a lot about some human dimension, and that was basically on body, mind, body intelligence, and emotional plan.
That's
and,
it.
Also,
Yeah.
and also it can be a kind of, it's not a stratification, that's co-states that creating one piece of the human integration or dimension. I don't know position give to that, but
Nice.
So, any other comments in this point about the more practical aspect?
I like a lot the 5C, just that. Too.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know this model before, but it includes almost everything. Collaboration even includes collaboration between body and mind.
Everything is important in our body to learn.
Pedro,
And to teach. Sí, Irina.
In what level of deepness should we work? I think in deepness. Because it's like deep ecologies, the difference between deep ecologies and only ecologies. The deep ecologies go to the sentimental way. And I think the deepness is like a sentimental way to go to the points. And for me, it's the way what can we do some more conscious about what can we do.
Yes, the deepness. I don't know if we can establish a deepness level of our work, but I think the concept of to work in a more soft or a more deeper way I think could help us to understand that these different ways to do things with the same concept. In this case, the transformative education. So, how much we would like to transform students, people. It's something like to create an objective, to create an idea of the and also a methodology to work to get this kind of levels of work. It's I think many times it's not important what we can establish in quantitative way, but more in a qualitative way. So that we need to go further, we need to work better, we need to have more tools to 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 get more results from our work. It's more like that. It's my idea. Yes, but I think we need to think about that. Think that we need to go deeper in in deep ecology. We need to go deep in the objectives and the strategies that we get, and I think so. Yes. More comments, more ideas about all of this.
I think that everything is there what we need. Everything has been discussed. It's a very good basis. So and also very good structure for the working group on chapter 4. I really want to thank you again for this work, and I'm looking forward to working on chapter 4.
Yeah.
I'm too really thankful for the work that has been done, the preparation and what we have done together tonight. Thank you. Really interesting and stimulating to me. I think the objective of our reunion tonight wasn't about doing that preparation for chapter 4, but by the same it's becoming. And my suggestion and on the sequence that we talked together, Petra, about the necessity to now go to that subject was to open to have a pre-shape of what we have to highlight in the chapter 5 about the activities. So my suggestion is that can exist a really raw document about what we have done tonight, that the people from the chapter 5 group will have open to consult. And so it's a bit on a mess, the ideas about transformative education that we can also link to the keywords. And so it's a kind of, okay, inspiration notions for what do we have to highlight in the chapter 5. So yeah.
I think we need to put all of the comments and all of the inputs from this meeting in this document, and we
Yeah,
need
I agree.
yes, to share this with everyone that is working in other chapters, not only the 5, but maybe almost of them.
Yeah, this what I said at the beginning of the meeting was, of course, the purpose that we have something to share with the rest of the group, so that we have a common understanding on our concept and approach and the main concepts we use. We will get the paper ready within the next few days, I guess. Yeah, and thanks to the rest of the group of tonight for all these inputs. It was a very helpful exchange and made even for me made this a lot much clearer than it was before.
Okay, so we can finish the meeting. I think
Just
if there are no other comments and no other
one organizational point. I was talking to Lisa before on the phone. She had some problems and couldn't join. Problems to get home tonight, and so she couldn't join the meeting. But I asked her to host the meeting tomorrow, and she will do it with our office account. And yeah, if you need something, Mathieu, in order to get prepared, just ask her. She will be available during the day.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Do we have to take a photo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just before closing.
Christian.
Yeah, I'm preparing. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, cheese.
Okay.
It would be nice another one with the comments on the whiteboard, if possible.
And it's possible to have another PDF, Christian, because I think something from after the first one was pointed there.
So the chapter from Petra.
Maybe.
That yeah.
So, I haven't understood the next one. You were talking about a second picture?
If possible, with the whiteboard and our comments.
But the whiteboard is already as a PDF there.
Okay.
Is it for safety?
But for the social media.
Yeah.
For safety.
Okay, we will be very small. Are you ready?
Oh,
3, 2, 1, cheese.
I have to say ciao. I have to prepare. See you tomorrow or next meeting. And thank you for preparation.
Ciao.
Thanks
Ciao.
again
Ciao.
to everyone.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Good night. As the two pictures are uploading,
Thanks,
yeah,
Christian.
they should be in the chat.
So see you soon. Ciao.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you, Pedro, for your preparation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Petra.
See you
Thanks.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you. See you.